name is Jim Marsh. I want to thank you for stopping by Synergy Capital's website today. I want to take a few minutes to give you some information on who we are and what we do. Synergy Capital is a Pittsburgh-based real estate investment and development company. One of our primary focuses is the utilization of private funds from accredited investors to target deeply discounted residential and commercial properties. Our goal is to purchase, renovate, and sell as many properties as we can throughout the year. I want to give you some information on our management team. The owners of Synergy Capital are Josh Adamek and Scott Hastings. They've been a principal in over 600 transactions with a market value in excess of $50 million. They have over 21 years of combined experience, renovated and sold over 100 homes, and they have experience in wholesaling, property renovations, construction management, and private lending. They also, because Scott is a licensed agent, they have buyer and seller representation and also have experience in property management. Since the beginning of 2012, they've sold over 30 homes with a gross sale in excess of $15 million. They've also utilized more than $10 million in private investor funds, and they've never had an investor not reinvest with them. Synergy Capital is currently regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and we're also had to register with the state of Pennsylvania because we've recently completed the filings of 2 private mortgage funds. Fund 1 is under Rule 506 Regulation D for non-accredited investors. The second fund is Rule 506 Regulation C for accredited investors. The reason why we're talking to you today is to go over some advantages that you have with working and investing your money with Synergy Capital. We believe that we have a better option for you than what you can currently get in the investment market right now. These are some rates of returns that you can get in today's market: CDs, bonds, and annuities. And for those particular investments, these rates are being locked in for 5 to 10 years. So you have to be committed for a long extended period of time in order to even get these low rates. CDs are currently paying 1 to 3%, bonds 2 to 4%, annuities at 1 to 4%. That's not a really good rate of return, and we definitely think we have something better to offer you on a more consistent basis without any lock-in periods. One of the other advantages that we have is we have a little bit more consistent and secure investment than the traditional stock market. And we also pay, rates that are competitive, if not higher in most cases, especially over recent years. The stock market since 1926 has averaged around 7 to 8%. The last 5 years, the S&P 500 has been down 4.6% average every year. The Dow Jones last 5 years is down 1.9% average per year. The S&P 500 for the last 10 years has been up only 4.9% on a yearly average, and the Dow Jones in the last 10 years has only been up 4.8% on average every year. So that's not a significant amount, and it's not really helping you achieve the financial goals that you may have for yourself or your retirement goals, and we definitely believe that we have a better option for you. There's some common investment mistakes that a lot of people don't realize. The first one is failing to challenge assumptions and retirement planning by your financial planner. The traditional approach to investing makes your broker money each year, even when you lose money. Not taking commissions and fees into consideration when evaluating investment options and projected returns, because the more fees that you have, the more commissions that you pay, it's going to lower your net return, which is obviously not going to benefit you. And lastly, brokers and mutual fund companies, they still make money when you lose money. So they have no advantage to doing what's best for you, even though they might think you might think that your advisor is giving you the best advice, and to his best of his ability, he probably is. Unfortunately, when you factor in commissions, fees, whether it's with an insurance company, a bank, a stock brokerage firm, whatever it may be, you're paying those fees every year, and it's decreasing your return, which is going to significantly impact the amount of money you have when it comes time for retirement. There's a couple dirty little secrets that Wall Street doesn't let you know about. The first is average rates of return are misleading. The average return that you get when you meet with your financial planner and he gives you that big long presentation, it assumes perfect timing. There's no way to time the market perfectly in order for you to get that average rate of return. Here's a perfect example. If you started with $10,000 and you invested it for 10 years and you got a 0% return, you would assume that you wouldn't have a loss of capital. Well, the first year, if you had a 10% gain, it would be $11,000. The second year, if you had a 10% loss, that would drop you down to $9,900. If you were to take that over a 10-year period, up 10%, down 10% each year, you would think at the end of that period that you would have a 0% return, which you will, but you would also, most people would assume that you would still have your $10,000. Unfortunately, that would be a mistake. Your actual investment over the 10-year period would be worth $9,500, which would be a 5% loss. I'm going to go over another example that will show you why. Say you have $100 and you invest and you lose 30%. That will give you $70. Now, what happens if that money grows to 30%? Most people would think right away that you have your $100 back. That's an incorrect assumption because you've taken a loss the first year. That 30% gain only grows back to 91%. There needs to be a 43% gain to overcome that 30% loss. Now, I was a financial advisor for 10 years, and in most cases, most of the advisors that I knew, worked with, and most of the clients that I worked with, they were never told this information. So when is your broker going to tell you that whenever you take a loss, you have to have a significant gain in order to make that money back? And believe me, that makes a big difference on your returns every year and the capital that you have to retire with. When you go over some advantages of working with Synergy Capital and investing with us, we're a very successful local company. We have a long history of success. Our fixed rate of return that is significantly higher than current investment rates. There's less risk, no commissions, lower expenses, which nets a higher return for you, stable and consistent passive returns year after year, and your investment capital is being used to improve the local neighborhood and economy. And this is a big key for us because we're out there every day in the local market. We're generating jobs, we're increasing the value of properties, we're giving people the ability to purchase the home of their dreams in many cases. And we're making a significant difference in a lot of the neighborhoods that we work in for these reasons, and also because we're employing people and giving them consistent income with the contractors that we work with. I'm going to go over some of the funding options that you have with Synergy Capital. You can invest your cash if you have it sitting underneath your mattress, which a lot of people do these days. I actually know a couple people. You have savings accounts, CDs, lines of credit. If you have cash value in a life insurance policy that's getting you 1%, retirement accounts, IRAs, and old 401ks from previous employers. I want to go over another retirement planning option that your broker will not tell you about. As I said, I was a broker for 10 years, and what I'm about to talk about now is a self-directed IRA. I actually did not know what a self-directed IRA was until I got into the real estate business. It's not something that your traditional financial planner or your stockbroker knows about. They're not taught it. They don't offer it because there's no incentive for them to do that, because typically with a self-directed IRA, that gives you the ability to make decisions on what you want to invest in. You pay less fees, and you can transfer current IRAs and old 401ks into a self-directed account, which typically a broker or a financial planner does not offer because they don't make commissions, they don't make fees, and their broker-dealer doesn't get to charge any expenses for it. So we'd like to have you, instead of placing that money with your broker or financial planner, bring that money over to Synergy Capital so that you can get a higher rate of return with less fees, and you get to make the decisions on what's best for you for your retirement. The next step with Synergy Capital, give us a call so we can set up a private meeting. Request your free report on self-directed IRAs. There's a link below this video that you can click on that you can submit your information and get a free information packet. There's also some questions and answers about self-directed IRAs that you can look over. You can come in during your private meeting and meet the owners of Synergy Capital. I don't know about you, but if you have money invested in, say, American funds, for example, there's probably not a chance that you're going to get to meet their president or vice president. with Synergy Capital. We want you to come in and meet the owners of the business. You get to see what we're doing. You get to see how we're improving the economy locally. We can take you out to our different projects and see what we're working on. So you'll get a ground floor experience with working with a successful local company, and you'll get to see exactly where your money is going whenever you invest it. You get to help Synergy Capital continue to make a difference in your local communities, all while achieving your financial goals. And you can invest with Synergy Capital for a secure, above average, fixed return with no commission and less fees, which again is only going to increase your return and increase the amount of capital that you have available whenever it comes time for retirement for yourself. Give me a call. My name is Jim Marsh again, I'm the head of investor relations. You can reach me at 412-837-2555, or you can reach me at jim@synergypgh.com. Again, I want to thank you for taking this 10 minutes or so to listen to this presentation on Synergy Capital and what we're doing. I encourage you to give us a call, meet with us, let us sit down with you and show you what we're about and what we're doing. And I think that once you do that, you'll see the advantages of working with us, investing with us to help you achieve your financial goals. Once again, thank you, and I look forward to speaking with you.